Okay, hello Northway. We wanted to make this video to make sure everyone was getting the most out of Seesaw. It could be that you're brand new to using Seesaw, or you've used it a little bit during that early lockdown, but we're using it for homework now, so it's just like a little refresher for everyone. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we've got the Seesaw class app downloaded. You might already have the Seesaw family app. That's for any family members to connect to your child's learning journal. To be able to see all the work that they've done in class, any of their homework. That's like your parent view. Whereas we want the Seesaw class app to be able to allow the children to access their activities. So the first thing we need to do is when we've downloaded that, click on that I'm a student, and you should be given a home learning code by your child's class teacher, and that'll have a QR code on it, just like that one you just saw very briefly. That has all those instructions I've just said, with that QR code specifically for your child, which is really, really good. So this is our homepage when we log in. Normally when you log in here, you'll be able to see all of your child's work that they've already completed, which is really nice, especially like for your child to be able to like look back on what they've done. If you wanted to just add something that wasn't a response to an activity, that's where you could use this, either of these green buttons here. When you click on that, it gives you just like your basic Seesaw template. So you've either got a photo, so you could take a photograph of something, a drawing, that's less so to just share a lovely drawing, but more if you're trying to share something work related. Say like if you were drawing parts of a plant or something like that, then you could use that, which is really, really nice. It just takes you to that normal Seesaw page, but it's blank, which is lovely. A video, you could record a video to send in, upload a file. You can upload, I think it is up to 10 photos in one item. So if you've taken some photos on your phone, for example, you could upload them there. A note is basically just where you can just type, similar to how you could just on an iPhone notes app, or if you wanted to share a link to something. So that's a really nice feature as well. But if we stick to just our activities for now, so you'll see over on that right hand side, you've got your journal, your activities, and an inbox. Now the inbox is where you can see your class announcements. So that would be coming, anything that your teacher sends out. It can either be sent just to parents, just to families, or to families and students. There is no way for teachers to just send messages just to the students, which is something that's quite good to be aware of. Then we've also got our activities here, so you can see all the activities to do, all the activities in progress if you've saved any as drafts, any of your completed activities, and this is a new feature for Seesaw, which is really nice. It's got a calendar in, so you can see here we've got 703 activities. That sounds like quite a lot, but obviously if we stick to the calendar, we can see what's been assigned this week, which is lovely. So if we stick to those two for today, these are just like some examples that I've assigned for us to have a little look at. So this bottom one here, it's got these set of instructions here. So these instructions will be different for every activity that's assigned. So the first thing we need to do is tap add response. So let's do that first. It's really nice you don't have to try and remember those instructions, because when you're in the activity you can tap that view instructions at the top and you can read them all again there. So tap add response, read the pizza order, and using the move tool, and that's what that will look like on Seesaw. Put the ingredients on the correct fraction of the pizza. Repeat for all pages. Page 6, make your own order using the text tool to write the fractions, and then tap the tick when you're done. And we've got an extra challenge on there. So we can see that move tool is right at the bottom there. If you look on the bottom at the left, there's our move tool, okay? And that just means that there's been pictures put on here that we want to be able to move about. So in this case, for this activity, it's our toppings, which is quite nice. So this pizza order, we've got half pineapple and half mushroom. So I can say I need to put my toppings on the pizza using that move tool and complete that order. So half pineapple, half mushroom, interesting order. And we can see that we need to repeat that activity for each of the pages. So there's my first page done. I can then see over on the right hand side, I've got all those 6 pages there for me to complete. So I can work my way through those, reading the pizza orders, and using that move tool to move those toppings over. So if we just have a little look at this page now, what we've got at the very bottom, we've got a pencil tool, a pen tool, a highlighter tool, and that's kind of like a light pen, which the children quite like using. We can also, when we tap on it, change the size of it, which is quite nice, because that helps to kind of keep our work really neat. That's one thing that I know a lot of children struggle with, the presentation of their work when they're using Seesaw. So just things like that, knowing that you can change the size of the pen, the colour, which is over on the right there, you can change the colour of the pen. But also this is a really nice feature. It doesn't really work for this activity. If we want to add a page, I'll do that just so we can see really clearly. If we go up to the top left hand corner, we've got that magnifying glass, and we can zoom in, and then we can drag that little square around, and then we can actually start writing on here, and then we can zoom back out again and see that that's actually much easier to try and write something if we wanted to. Okay, and then we can rub that out as well. We've also got the ability to press that T, that text button. That'll add some text. We'll go over that in the next activity. We can voice record, so if your child's completed this activity and they then want to maybe do a little voice recording, I knew it was half because it's 1/2, 1 out of 2 pieces. We can also add a photograph or a video or upload a picture, or we can also add shapes, which I know that children love to do, change the background or add a link. Okay, so there's loads of different things that we can do with this. If we've done a few of the pages but we've not quite finished yet, we've got distracted, we've not got the time to finish it, that's fine. We can save it as a draft. And you can see that the teacher will be able to see that you've started it. It could even be that you're stuck and you need to ask your teacher a question. You'd say, I've done the first 2 pages but I need help with the 3rd page. And then your teacher will be able to view that and write a little comment for you. If we go back to those activities now, and we can see there's that pizza parlour activity in progress, and we've not got anything completed yet. So let's have a little look at this other activity. PSHE Reflection Thinking Friday. So again, the first thing we want to do is add response, and that opens up the template for us. And then tap the T to write your answers. So add response. Now that's really important there. It doesn't want us to write the answers in because it's quite, like I said before, it's quite hard to keep that presentation really, really neat. It's also not how we'd encourage the children to be practicing their writing just by using their finger. We want that fine motor skill really with the pencil or a pen at all times. So if we are trying to add text, we'd like to use that T text tool over on the left, and that then means that we can start to type something. So if that first question, where would you like to live and why? We can say, I would like to live in, little spelling mistake there, Liverpool. And there's our full stop. So once we've written something, we've then got the ability to move it around, use these white dots around the outside to change the size of that text box, change the size of the text even, to keep it looking really nice and neat. So once we're happy with the size, we can then tap on those 3 dots and then we can start to change the style of it. There's lots of different fonts that you can choose. You can choose if you want it to have a border, if you want it to be a colourful border, you can change the colour over here on the right hand side using that nice colour chart. Make it a little bit bigger again, centre it. You can change the order. That would be more like if you had lots and lots of different things like the shapes, the backgrounds, lots of text. You can order with which one you want to appear first. You can add a link. You can lock it in so that it can't really be moved around very much. If you're happy with a style that you like, you can duplicate it and put it into this one and then just go back and edit the text, which is quite a nice little time saver. I would like to be a zookeeper. Why not? Okay, that's how we can edit our text, which is really, really nice. But again, that's still not for all children. We understand that. Typing is a skill in itself. So if this was an activity that you would rather do, your child would rather do on paper with pen or pencil, that's absolutely fine. You can then use that camera tool to take a photograph, do the work on paper, take a photograph, and the photograph will just come up here on this screen, which is really nice because it means that you're still directly responding to that activity, but it's just with a photograph. Again, like we saw before with those pages, if we look in the right hand corner, this is page 1 of 1. There's only one page on this, but if you want to add a page and then maybe add a photograph in, or add a video or a voice recording, that would be fine. This is why we love Seesaw, because it's really, really editable. It can be as simple or as complicated as you'd like it to be, basically. I've shown you a couple of the templates that we have, but sometimes there would be an activity where, if we just upload that one, where it won't have a template, and so when you click on the activity, it'll come up like this, and it will give you the option basically to respond how you want to. So it might say in the instructions, respond with a photo, or respond with a note, or a video, to try and kind of give you some ideas. But sometimes it's open to however you want to, whatever's best for you, which is really, really nice. So we can see there now, if we go into activities, we've got that activity completed. You can respond again if you wanted to, if it was something that you were doing daily, a number of the day, or hit the button activity, you can respond again. You can still see your drafts there, and you can still see other activities to do. If there was ever any issues, you could always use your Seesaw family app to send a message to your class teacher, and that'll always really, really help as well. Okay, so again, then if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with your class teacher. We really, really love using Seesaw, and we know that the children do as well. We use it all the time in school, so the more that we can use that at home as well, that would be even better. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully see you soon. Bye!